The Cretaceous was a period when the largest and most spectacular predators walked the earth. Both in the sea and on land, the Cretaceous superpredators reached the peak of their potential. The remains of those largest and most bloodthirsty animals are found in large numbers in Poland. Come join me on another trip through time and space, where we will see Mosasaurs, plesiosaurs, and tyrannosauroids. We're also going to look for the traces of a deadly asteroid and the Great Extinction. Both on the land and in the skies, animals rarely grow very large. Organisms that rule those environments are less likely to have to fight against heat loss. In water, heat loss is 25 times bigger than in the air. To reduce it, especially in colder waters, it may be beneficial to increase your body size. So, we will naturally start our journey from the marine environment in the Middle Cretaceous, when the majority of our country was covered by the sea. At the site in Annopol, the remains of one of the largest predators of all time, 𝗕ጵիս𝗕 have been discovered. That sluggish hunter, measuring up to 11 meters, most likely hunted other large reptiles. Was the 𝗕ݴጵτικηδόν large enough to threaten the other large predator of Annopol? The ichthyosaur of the species 𝗕Ŋηπτικηδόν reached a considerable size, up to 6 meters in length, but it was not such a scary predator, and it hunted rather smaller prey, probably fish and cephalopods. The most famous Cretaceous cephalopods are undoubtedly ammonites. Entire walls exist on which you can admire the fossils of these animals. The largest ammonite of the genus 𝗕ݴጵτικηδόν found in Poland is 118 centimeters large in diameter and dates back 90 million years ago. Also worth mentioning are sea turtles from the family Protostegidae, discovered in Annopol and described by Agnieszka Kapuścińska and Marcin Machalski from the Institute of Paleobiology of the Polish Academy of Sciences.
Back to big reptiles. Polyptycodon, although really large, is not the only Poland's giant Cretaceous predator. Before we carry on with this topic, let me ask you for your likes and comments. Without them, our video will get lost in the depths of the internet and our hard work will simply be wasted. So please leave your likes and comments.
In 𝗕낳pτροβήν and Lechówka, several species of Mosasaurs have been discovered dating back to the late Cretaceous. Mosasaurs were large marine lizards, perhaps distant relatives of today's terrestrial monitor lizards. We can mention here the 5-meter-long 𝗕ᵼ𝗪𝗏, characterized by a relatively short skull and a relatively sizable brain. Prognathodon was larger, measuring even 11 meters. Additionally, in Lechówka, teeth of Mosasaurs of the species Mosasaurus lemonieri and Mosasaurus hoffmanni were found. The latter, according to the boldest estimates, could reach up to 17 meters in length. As you can see, most of the large marine reptiles from the Cretaceous are found in Poland in the area that can be described as the Vistula River Gorge of Lesser Poland. On the other hand, Cretaceous remains of land giants were found in the region of Roztocze. Until recently, it was believed that in the late Cretaceous, almost the entire area of today's Poland was covered by the sea. However, fossils found in the village of Poltok are evidence that land animals had lived here. Dr. 𝗕RARD-𝗕LINSKY, discovered here trace fossils that probably belong to large herbivores, the so-called duck-billed dinosaurs. Trace fossils left by a predatory tyrannosaurid, 𝗥𝗲𝗰𝗶𝗽𝗀𝗃, have also been found here. We're talking here about a relative of the famous tyrannosaur, the largest land predator of all time. Most tyrannosauroids, including the one from Połtok, did not reach such gigantic sizes. Nonetheless, even smaller tyrannosauroids were deadly beasts that weighed tons, according to estimates. More traces have been found at the site on 𝗕ᗪ𝗜𝗏 mountain. In addition to duck-billed dinosaurs, traces similar to those of Dromaeosaurus, Oviraptorosaurus, or the horned dinosaur, most likely 𝗥𝗲𝗃𝗀𝗃𝗃, have been identified here. 𝗕rizinosaurus, a bizarre, most likely herbivorous theropod with unusually long claws, has also been found here. Soon, the world was to undergo radical changes, and the time of the dinosaurs was running out. 66 million years ago, an asteroid with a diameter of about 10 kilometers hit the area of today's Yucatan Peninsula. Rains of fire, earthquakes, tsunamis, and finally, a cloud of dust covering the sun killed 75% of all species. Although in the Cretaceous, Yucatan and Europe were already very far apart, traces of the cosmic impact have also been found in Poland. In Lechówka, near the city of Chełm, Marcin Machalski discovered the first iridium anomaly in our country, dating back to the Cretaceous extinction period. Increased amounts of this element on Earth are almost always the remnants of asteroid and planetoid impacts.
Dinosaurs populated the whole world and were found on all continents. For such a geographically diversified group of animals to become extinct, a massive catastrophe of a global dimension had to happen. Endemic species with a small range of distribution, for example populating only one specific island, are much more threatened with extinction. The same is true for YouTube channels. Small channels like ours need your support to survive and publish content regularly. Please support us with any amount you consider suitable and enjoy new episodes we create. The link, as well as some more videos, are now visible on the screen. See you soon!